This is Gemara Baba Basra Daf Ayin Test of the learning for this month. The month of Elul has been generously sponsored by a close friend of the Daf as Chos Aliyas Nishama, Pastor Rizal Basra מאיר B'siyata Dishmaya. The learning the entire Chabura should bring Esther Rizal Basra מאיר to higher and higher place in Ganidan Shalmaila, closer to the Kisei HaKavod. B'siyata Dishmaya be a Milat Yosher for entire family and for all those learning v'schusa. We're holding at the bottom of Ayin Ches Beis. We're 5 lines into the Gemara. Amar Rav Shmuel bar Nachmani, Amar Rav Nachman, Amar Rav Yechanan. Says the Gemara, Rav Shmuel bar Nachmani says over the name of Rav Yechanan, Shmuel bar Nachman, excuse me. Ma'idach say, what is the meaning of the pasuk? Al kin yomra ma'ishlim v'goymer. The Mishlam would say, very apropos, this is a Elul, this is a Rosh Hashanah Gemara. That what are Mishlam, these are those that rule over there, Yitzhar, over their desire. Should come and make an accounting. An accounting of this world. The loss that one has when he does the mitzvah, opposite the reward that he gets. Schar Aveira Keneged Saida. The enjoyment of an Aveira Keneged that which he loses. Tibana V'tichaynein. The pasuk continues, you should build and you should establish. What does that mean? If you make this accounting, you're going to build in this world and you're going to establish in the next world. Ir Sichain continues the pasuk, Ir Masim Adam Misim Adam Atzai Ba'ayir Zeh. If a person does not listen, he makes himself like this ayar, like this animal that follows the gentle talk that is easily persuaded by the Yetzer Hara. What does the pasuk continue? The pasuk continues that the fire comes forth from Cheshbain. A fire comes forth for those who make an accounting from the tzaddikim and it consumes those who do not make an accounting. Ulahaba makris sichain. The pasuk continues in a flame of the city of Sichon. Makris mekirya tzaddikim shenikra Sichon is referring to the city of tzaddikim who are called Sichon trees. Achli Mayav. What does that mean in the pasuk? Yitzrai. So when it goes after his Yetzer like this, animal Pali Bamais Arna in the pasuk continues. What does that mean? These are those who are haughty. Tamar Mar, as we have learned, 2 lines to the bottom of the Naifel Big Henim. So the entire pasuk teaching us the critical importance of thinking that which we do, weighing our action. Gemara continues, darshaning 2 lines to the bottom. V'niram Amar Rasha Ein Ram. V'niram says the Rasha Ein Ram. There's no one on high. There's no Hashem on high. Avar Cheshbain. He has lost his accounting. Avar Cheshbain Shalaylam. Ad the divine says the pasuk Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu Emtin Ad Shavai Din. You should wait until the day of judgment comes. V'nasim, and you should place his return over to Ayin Tes Amar Aleph. What does that mean? Ad nafach, until nafach ad shtavay eish she'ina tzricha nipach, till an eish, till a fire comes that does not need nipach, that does not need fanning, a fire that burns on its own. Excuse me. Ad shteitzei eish she'ina tzricha nipach ad midva continues the pasuk ashatoyev nishmasan, till it pains the souls, till it pains the neshama of Amrilah. At the oven, my debai, until it does that which it does. The fire rages till it does that which HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants, referring to that which happens to Rishayim, lost in Lavai. Amar Rav Yehuda, 3 lines to the top. Amar Rav Kolabersh B'divrei Teira Eishach Lasai. Shenhemar, the pasuk says, "V'nasati espenei b'hem be'ish yatsa ve'ish techaleim," that the ish will consume them. Similarly, as the pasuk says that a person strays from the path, a scale of wisdom, Bikal Rafaim, Yanuach, and the congregation of Rafaim, you'll rest in Rafaim. What does that mean? Where's he resting? Eloganim, Shenamar, the Apostle says, Layadik, Rafaim, Shamam, Kishol, Kiru, El, those who are invited, those who are called to it. We continue the 2 dots, about 10 lines down. Machar Ashba, Machar Zvalam. The next thing in the Mishnah taught us that if he sold an Ashba, he has sold the Zevel, he has sold the manure. Tanan Hassam teaches the Gemara, Kol Aroi, Lemizbeach, Lo Lebedig Abayis. Anything that's fitting for the Mizbeach and not for the usage of the Beis HaMikdash, or Lebedig Abayis, or the Mizbeach, or Lo Lebedig Abayis, Moya Lin Bahen. The din is that there is a din of Me'ilah, that if you misuse them for the wrong reasons, one is over in Me'ilah. Not only are they themselves subject to Me'ilah, but also that which is inside of it. Ketzad. If someone has a pit filled with water, and he's makdish that to the Beis HaMikdash, or Ashros Maleo Zevel, or garbage is full of dung, Shavach Maliavanim, or a tavka full of pigeons, doves, Sadam Leasavim, or a field full of grass, Ila Nasui Peirais, a tree laden with fruit, Mailin Behem, Ubemasha Betechan. However, if someone is makdish in an empty bar, and then it gets filled with water, or ashba v'achanis malei zevel, shayvach v'achanis malei vanim, il v'achanis avir, sad v'achanis malei savim. If at the moment of Akdasha did not have all these items on it, and only afterwards they grew or was filled up, then Mailin v'hen v'in Mailin b'masha b'seichan divi Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yasi Aimer, he argues and he says, "Amakdish is asadav as ilan Mailin b'hem ubigiduleim," says Rabbi Yasi. Not just that which was on them at the time of Akdasha, but even giduleim, even that which grows it. Why they saying gidulei hakdish? Says Rabbi Yasi, as they grow, they're growing with sanctity. They're growing. It's an offshoot, an offspring of hektish. Tanya continues the Gemara. Rabbi near the Rabbi Yehuda bebar v'shayvach. So Rabbi comes along and he weighs in and he wants to split how he could go. He says he wants to go with Rabbi Yehuda that it's only that which is inside of it by a bar, a pit, a shayvach, and a dovecoat. However, says Rabbi, but he likes to be Rabbi Yosi besada v'ilan, by a field and a tree. So he's taking a middle level, which of course is difficult. And therefore the Gemara right away asks, "Hi, Mai, what's going on over here?" Bish, I mean, they're in the Rabbi Yehuda on the first white line. I understand why he's going like Rabbi Yehuda Bar V'Shem Mechlal. That teaches me that he argues by Sad and Elon. And that makes a lot of sense. But what does he mean? He goes Rabbi Yossi V'Sad, Elon. That seems that he argues by Bar V'Shevach. What's the problem? V'harav Yosi Sadav Elon Kamar. Rav Yosi only say they're din by Sadav Elon, so why does he have to explicate? He's going right by Rav Yosi by Sadav Elon, which implies not by other things. Of course, Rav Yosi never said they're din elsewhere. Says the Gemara in the third white line, maybe you're going to suggest maybe there's responding back to Rav Yehuda. Says Gemara, no, it can't be. But Tanya went to the right side of Rav Yasi. And I wrote the Rav Yehuda besad v'ilan. I don't hold Rav Yehuda besad v'ilan. Nation gidulei hakdish besad v'ilan. Who did a raya? Habar v'shevach raya. It sounds like Rav Yasi does hold the Rav Yehuda by bar v'shevach. So what do we see? We see that Rav Yasi does not argue by bar v'shevach. So therefore, why does he have to say near and diri Rabbi Yasi, who only said his din, who doesn't argue by bar v'shevach and only said his din by Sadi Ilan? Why do you have to say near and diri Rabbi Yasi? Answers the Gemara, Achi Kamar. Near and diri Rabbi Yehuda, li Rabbi Yasi, bibar v'shevach. This is what it means. The Rabbi Yehuda appears correct to Rabbi Yasi by a bar v'shevach. Why? Sha'af Rabbi Yasi lo nechlav elo b'sad v'ilan. Bar v'shevach might delay, he's might to him, and that's how we could learn the Brisa, how Rebbe Paskins partially like Rabbi Yehuda, and partially like Rabbi Yossi. Continues the Gemara Tanarabban on Magdish Reikanim. Someone is Magdish now is empty vachnis smalu and it fills up. Mailin men there's Mila. 5 lines of the Banave Mali Machavitaycham, but that which is filled up afterwards is not included in the din of Mila. Rav Lazar Rav Shimon Aimer Mailin Machavitaycham. Even that which you fill up is part of the din of Mila. Amar Rabba. So what is Machlekes Anikama? And Rav Lazar Rav Shimon, so says Rabba, the Machlekes is Besada v'Ilon. That what? The Tanakama Savar like Rav Yehuda, as we saw, that which grows is not included. Where that which, is full of afterwards is not included. Rav Lazar Rav Shimon Savar like Rav Yehuda, that which comes afterwards is included. But it says Rabba, this Machlekes is Dafka by a Sada. Avul Parvish Shevach. Tirakol Meilin Ben Velim Mashiv says Rabba, by Embar V'Shevach, everyone agrees that it's only that which is there and not that which comes afterwards. Amrle Abai says, Abai, 1 second. That which you learned in a Brisa. That which you learned in a Brisa, Ekdishan. Maylin, Banu Mashav Techon, Rav Shimon. Maylin Mashav Techon. Says Abai that we see that there is a din of Me'ilah and Rav Lazar Rav Shimon. Machlev Lazar Rav Shimon switched around. It says this case is not hektish. Says the Gemara, as we turn over Tayin Testament Beis, 1 second. If we're discussing a case of a Sada and Elon, so then ask the Gemara in the top line of Tayin Testament Beis, Amai Machlef. What is the reason Rav Lazar switched around his din if we're talking about a Sada and Elon? If it's true that when the Elon has fruits grew after, there's yes Elah, so the same thing applies by a Sadeh. Elamar Rabba says Rabba, Machlekes v'Parvishav. So Rabba comes along and changes what he said. First Rabba said, Machlekes is only by Sadeh and Elon. Now Rabba says the exact opposite. The Machlekes is by Parvishav. Chavel b'Sadeh v'Elon, Divrei HaKol, Mailin behen v'ma shebetaychen. Upavar v'shevach b'reikanim. Says the Gemara, by bar v'shevach, when it's empty v'may pligi, b'mei alayin v'may pligi, and when it's full, what's the machlekes? B'reikanim pligi, b'plug to the Rav Meir, the Tanikam Sav like Rabban Darmi on the Makna Davar Shal B'Ilam. Right now, this pit is empty, so you cannot be Makna that which is eventually going to come into it. Those Rav Shimon Zav Rav Meir, Damar Adam Magna. Tavar Shalai Ba'la Ilam, Kiryasi Makna is something that is not yet in this world. Says the Gemara, the classical kasha that every time we have this discussion of being Makna, Tavar Shalai Ba'la Ilam, Gemara asks, when does Rameir say his din? They can be Makna and it's not of this world. It's Kikoin Peiros Dekel Davidi Dasi. It's like the fruits of the tree which are going to grow. Honey. However, says the Gemara, in this case, by the bar, by the shevach, the water, and the doves, miyemar dasi, who says they're ever going to come? So this should not be the classical being makna, something that is not yet ba'ilam. Amar Rava, mishkach la b'mayim aban derech chatzir lebar v'yavana aban derech shevach shevach. Says Rava, no, there are cases which it is avidi de'alsi. You're right, water does not necessarily come on its own, but if we're discussing a case where the natural runoff of Ramon's one chatzir is going to fill up this bar, that's going to be different. And similarly, if he has a shevach and he's just filling up the remainder. Says the Gemara, so what's the second machlekes when the bar in Shavach is full? What's the machlekes? Amar Rav gon sheikdish bar stam. Says Rav, the machlekes is your makdish a stam bar. Rav Lazar Rav Shimon savar lakavu adam radanin din gavaya midin hadi. Rav Shimon says that the dinim klape kadosh baruch hu din gavaya. We learn from din hadi, ma din hadi. Just like a regular person, Matzi Amar, Bira Zvina Lacha, Maya Lois Zvina Lacha. A regular person, you tell him what I sell you. I just sold you the pit, I didn't sell you the water inside. Aftin Gavaya, so too when you're being makdish something, Bira Aktisha, Mayim Lo Aktisha. That you only makdish the pit and not that which is inside of it. Tanikama Savain didn't Gavami didn't had it. Ask the Gemara, it didn't had you lie. What's going on over here? Are you telling me someone sells a bar and then afterwards it's Malay Mayim, you don't get to water? But tonight we learned in the Raisha, Machar Baru, Machar Meimav. The waters are sold. Samarava, Masisa Nichidahi. Our Mishnah is a Shitas Yachid Tanya. Machamar loy Machar Meimav, Rasan or Machabar, Machar Meimav. So it's a Machlaikis, and our Mishnah is going with the singular opinion of Rav Naslan that it is Machar Meimav, or Rav Elazar holds like the classical opinion that, of course, it's a Machar Bar is Lo Machar Meimav. We'll pick it up from the Mishnah of Siyata Dishmai.